In the pages of history, few events have left as significant a mark as the assassination of Julius Caesar. On March 15, 44 BCE, Caesar, the mighty ruler of Rome, met his end at the hands of a group of conspirators led by Brutus and Cassius. This crucial moment would reshape the destiny of the Roman Republic and set the stage for the emergence of the Roman Empire. Today on Behind the Date, we would revisit this very incident and history of what actually happened that day. Tag along with us on this very interesting page from our history books. Julius Caesar's rise to prominence in Rome was marked by a series of remarkable military victories and calculated political maneuvers that cemented his authority and influence. As a military leader, Caesar demonstrated exceptional skill and tactical genius during his campaigns in Gaul, modern-day France. Over the course of nearly a decade, from 58 BCE to 50 BCE, Caesar led Roman forces in a series of successful campaigns that resulted in the conquest of Gaul. His victories, such as the Battle of Alesia in 52 BCE, showcased his strategic brilliance and solidified his reputation as one of Rome's greatest military commanders. In addition to his military achievements, Caesar was a masterful politician who skillfully navigated the complex political landscape of Rome. He formed strategic alliances with key figures in the Roman Senate and utilized his charisma and oratorical skills to garner support among the populace. Caesar's political acumen was perhaps most evident in his rivalry with Pompey the Great, another influential Roman general and statesman. After the collapse of their political alliance, Caesar and Pompey found themselves on opposite sides of a power struggle for control of Rome. In 49 BCE, Caesar famously crossed the Rubicon River with his army, a brazen act that sparked a civil war with Pompey and his supporters. Caesar's subsequent victory over Pompey at the Battle of Pharsalus in 48 BCE secured his dominance in Rome and effectively ended the Roman Republic. With Pompey defeated and his rivals vanquished, Caesar emerged as the undisputed ruler of Rome. He was appointed dictator for life in 44 BCE, effectively consolidating power in his hands and marking the beginning of a new chapter in Roman history. However, Caesar's meteoric rise to power would ultimately culminate in his assassination on the Ides of March in 44 BCE, plunging Rome into chaos and paving the way for the eventual rise of the Roman Empire under his adopted heir, Octavian, who would later become known as Augustus. On the fateful day of March 15, 44 BCE, Caesar was scheduled to attend a meeting of the Senate at the theater of Pompeii. Unaware of the plot against him, he entered the Senate chamber, where he was surrounded by the conspirators, including Brutus and Cassius. In a shocking act of betrayal, they lunged at Caesar with their daggers, raining down blows upon him. Despite his attempts to defend himself, Caesar was outnumbered and overwhelmed by the ferocity of the attack. Mortally wounded, he collapsed to the ground, his life slipping away as the chaos of the moment unfolded. The assassination of Julius Caesar sent shockwaves throughout Rome, signaling the end of an era in Roman history. With Caesar's death, the political landscape of Rome was thrown into turmoil, setting the stage for a period of civil unrest and power struggles. The assassination of Caesar marked the culmination of a long-standing feud between rival factions in Rome and would ultimately pave the way for the rise of the Roman Empire under the leadership of Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, who would later become known as Augustus. Thus, Julius Caesar's death not only marked the end of his own life, but also the end of the Roman Republic and the dawn of a new era in Roman governance. Slate, the aftermath. In the aftermath of Caesar's assassination, Rome was thrown into a power vacuum as various factions were fighting for control. The conspirators, led by Brutus and Cassius, found themselves pitted against Caesar's supporters, including his adopted heir, Octavian, and his loyal general, Mark Antony. What ensued was a period of protracted conflict and instability as rival factions clashed for supremacy. Ultimately, it was Octavian who emerged victorious from the chaos. Harnessing his political and military powers, Octavian found his way into a position of power, positioning himself as Caesar's rightful heir and championing the cause of stability and order. In 27 BCE, Octavian was granted the title of Augustus by the Roman Senate, marking the beginning of the Roman Empire. Under Augustus's leadership, Rome experienced a period of relative peace and prosperity known as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace. Augustus ushered in a new era of imperial rule, laying the foundation for the expansive empire that would endure for centuries to come. Thus, while the assassination of Julius Caesar initially aimed to restore the Republic, its unintended consequences ultimately led to the rise of Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, as the first Roman emperor, Augustus. The assassination of Caesar proved to be a pivotal moment in Roman history, signaling the transition from republic to empire and shaping the destiny of Rome for generations to come. The killing of Julius Caesar was a big turning point in ancient Rome. It changed how things worked in the government and showed how power can be fragile. Even today, we still feel its effects, which remind us to be careful about letting one person have too much control. This event teaches us about the dangers of ambition and how important it is to keep a balance of power. So, it's a reminder of how history can shape our world, even thousands of years later. Stay tuned on BTD for more such assassination stories like this. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.